Hi everybody, Sanbonani. Welcome to my channel Kamala Montano Mdleja, and on this channel Mama reality TV shows my celebrities kanye nama YouTubers. If it is your first time joining me today and you like the content over here, there is a subscribe button. Langazans, you can actually become a member of this channel. Well, you can become part of the family by subscribing, but you can also become a special member of the family by joining the membership. So if you press the join button, it will tell you what to do, you guys. But it doesn't have to give money to the channel. In a form of a super chat or super thanks, whatever it is. So if you press the thanks button up below, it will also tell you what to do if you feel like the channel deserves some of your money, because we work hard for our money, okay? We don't just give it to anybody. So listen, you guys, we voted on Wednesday, and of course, one of the surprises that came about was that there is one person in Orania, an area that is supposed to be a whites-only area, voted for EFF. Out of all of the parties, not even the not even the DA, you guys, they voted for EFF. Okay, so people online have been saying, especially on Twitter, that this person, they need to disclose this person, because listen, we need to know these heroes. Okay. We need to know who this hero is. And of course, IEC has said that no, they'll never do such. Besides, you guys, I don't think they would be able to do that because we don't write our names on the ballots. Okay, so even if they are like, here's the ballot paper for the person that voted for EFF, the only person that was voted for EFF, they wouldn't be able to actually come up with the name of who the person is, you guys. Listen, I guess in Orania they believe in racism, and they just decided that they're not gonna move with the times. Where all of us are like, listen, apartheid gone. We're dealing with new problems. They are like, absolutely not. We are staying over here. We wonder how long, because they have kids that are on the internet and they watch TV and all of that. And listen, you guys, racism can be taught for sure, you guys. I mean, you can teach your kids, you can even teach it in schools to say, listen, black people are this and this and that. They're not human beings just like us and whatever. But people are born good people, and they are convinced by their surroundings to become something different from being good people. For an example, you guys, I once had a manager that was white, Afrikaans at that, you guys, and he was the most unracist person that you will ever meet. In fact, he was not tolerant. He was not tolerating racism at all in the workspace. You guys, he will speak for you before you speak for yourself. And the surprising thing about this one person was that he would talk about how he grew up in an apartheid era. And so for him, the stories he would tell, you could say that these people were taught racism. They were taught that a black person is not a human being. A black person doesn't deserve the things that, white people get. He grew up back when they were actually required to even go and join the force. When you reach a certain age, you had to go and join the become a soldier, and he did that. He went to training, everything, you guys. So he had every reason to believe that, black people are not people just like white people. But for some reason, he just came out different. So even when you try to teach people something, because people are born just good people, okay, they're coming from the Lord. They are coming from the Lord. Okay, so there are people that will always know that this is not right. They will always know that this is not the way that things are supposed to be. And I guess he's one of those people. I was always shocked by how he was, especially when he would tell the story of how they grew up. So I guess even in Orania, you guys, there are people that know that how they live is ridiculous. Okay. Anyway, you guys, so just a little bit on this town, you guys, Orania. So they said that it was started by the Afrikaners, okay, because they really believe that they wanted to live in an area where it was only just them. Okay, they say that it's a 2,800 strong community, is a dot on a map in a majority black nation of almost 60 million. So they have almost 2,800 community members. But Orania symbolizes the determination of some of the rural Afrikaner to go their own way, an attitude that their leaders say could be straightened if the Whigs vote sees radical left parties enter government. Okay, this. I don't want any of these people in the parliament. That's for sure. Okay. So they say that their leader, who is Wynand Boshoff, who is the leader of the African FF Plus party in the Northern Cape, told AFF that the development of the parallel Afrikaner structure could be seen as a preemptive response to what he sees as the marginalization of his community. I think a process of which is busy happening at the moment already is that Afrikaners are becoming all the more self-reliant, he said, describing how the white communities are trying to develop their own services such as electricity. Okay? Do that for yourself. Okay? So I do wonder, you guys, if they ever hire black people as their maids, as their gardeners, which happens a lot, because a person will be a racist until they need somebody to go and clean their house, and then all of a sudden they're not racist there. They will be racist until they need somebody to do their garden. you know, some of them will be racist until they need somebody to take care of your own kids. And I'm like, listen, if a black person is an animal, so you are letting an animal take care of your kids. The stupidity, okay? So it says here the privately owned town has an autonomous status within the North Cape province and has thrived. Its population is now around 2,800 people, with the new arrivals needing approval from the town. So I guess for them to approve you, they have to ask you, are you? Maybe you fill in a form. Are you a racist? Do you act racist? Do you hate a black person? Would you give a job to a black person? Would you be a business partner with a black? I can just imagine the questions that they ask. Okay. So Boshoff, the 53-year-old grandson of the assassinated apartheid-era Prime Minister Hendrik Verjoen, says the town does not expect South Africa to explode, but to drift apart. Nevertheless, he won the election to fill the Cape Town Parliament, 870 kilometers from Orania, could remind Afrikaners of the end of apartheid. It's as if the people don't realize that we lost the country 30 years ago. But if EFF or MK becomes part of the government, then suddenly they would realize we lost it, Boshoff said. Okay, how did you lose the country? I don't want to say it, but how did you lose something that never belonged to you? If you come rent a room at my house, you come rent a back room, and I allow you to stay there, and I even treat you as, part of the family, and then one day maybe I die, and then you take over the house because there's nobody in the house. Maybe my kids are like living with my sisters or something, and then one day my kids are now grown, and they're like, I man in Lena, they come and they demand the house. Are you now going to cry tears now to be like, hi, this is our house now? Why are you wanting to take back our house? No, you will give the house back because it never belonged to you, sir. you know I'm just saying, okay. Anyway, you guys, so now let's talk about, so basically I'm just trying to give you an idea of what the town is all about. Just go back to the apartheid era. They're trying to do that now with just their community of 2,800 people. They are hoping that at some point other white people will come in, and support them. And I'm sure there's many that would love to do that, but maybe they just don't want to go stay in that area. So now in on the Moja, they're talking about who voted for the EFF in Orania. So this is how their statistics look like. So the VF Plus has 376. They don't even vote, guys. They're not even voting because it's 2,800 people, but listen to the stats, okay? It's 376 that voted for VF Plus 127 that voted for DA, and Hope for SA it's 100 and it's 38 voted for Hope for SA, ACDP 17, UIM 4, RP 3, OHM 3, OHM 2, PA 2, and then the rest is all one, including the EFF. So Free, DEMS, or Action SA, DLC 11111. So they don't even make up half of the people. So people just stayed at home and didn't vote. Because some of those people would have voted for ANC and EFF and all the other parties, but they don't want to do it because they think they're going to die if they do. You can't even convince your own people that what you're doing is right. So it says here then a voter in the Northern Cape's Orania has done the unexpected by voting the EFF, a party which does not align with the town standards. Orania town was founded by Karel Boshoff, the son-in-law. Oh, his son-in-law, that is not the son. I've always thought it's the son. Aibo, suka, uncanyela kubantu basemzini. The son-in-law of the former Prime Minister Hendrik Verleuren, in an attempt to preserve the Afrikaner culture heritage since 1991. On social media, the person who gave EFF that one vote has been labeled a rebel and an icon, which everyone is curious to know who the person is. They said the voter was an icon for creating a crack in Orania and rebelling against the town's beliefs. If they really want to run that town for long, the way that they're doing, they must just close the internet, close the TV, the radio, nothing. No newspaper should be coming in, nothing. Okay, because if anybody's on the internet, they will know that what you're doing is ridiculousness. The Titan, Betty said, that one EFF voter in Orania is so legendary to me. I just know everyone in town knows exactly who the person is. Sunday I heard them said, some teenager who just turned 18, he's currently sitting in his room giggling in his mischief. Another user, Max Dupree, said there is a witch hunt on in Orania for the one person who voted the EFF. You rebel, you. However, the voter's name will never be revealed as it is against the Electoral Commission's law to reveal the voter's true identity. Of course, they're not going to reveal who the person is. Of course, they're not going to do that, you guys. But it's interesting that the person actually did. I'm sure even the people that didn't vote might have wanted to vote for something else, but they are afraid to be kicked off the town. Okay. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Tell me what you think about this in the comment section. Like it before you're gonna share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Tanda. Kako.